Yo, welcome back to the No Excuses, Just Results podcast, where we cut the fluff and build a body and mindset that actually lasts. Alright, let's not waste time. Let me hit you with something. You ever start a weight loss journey feeling like a damn superhero? Fridge full of greens. Pantry looks like a dietitian moved in. You're meal prepping like a pro. Gym membership in hand. Playlists locked in. First week, you're on fire. Second week, you're kinda warm. Third week, boom, you're watching Netflix in your gym shorts on the couch. Sound familiar? Yeah, I've been there too. So has everyone who ever tried to change. Here's the truth nobody wants to say out loud. Motivation doesn't just leave. You let it go. But don't beat yourself up, because no one taught you how to build it. Protect it, and fuel it when life punches you in the gut. Today, we're diving deep into one of the realest roadblocks to any fitness goal. Losing steam before the real results show up. But I'm not here to tell you to just push harder, screw that. Let me take you back to a few years ago. I was deep in the grind, coaching clients, pulling long nights, trying to hit my own lifts. I was burned out, not tired, burned out. Skipped workouts, ate like crap. And the worst part? I looked in the mirror and thought, damn, I'm supposed to be the coach. Who the hell am I right now? I felt like a fraud. But that season taught me everything. Motivation? It's not magic. It's a muscle, and if you don't train it, it gets weak. But the good news? You can always rebuild it. So in this episode, I'm giving you the real tools, backed by science and sweat, to help you fire up your mindset and keep that fire lit when life gets messy. This is the no BS roadmap to staying motivated, even when the hype wears off and all that's left is you versus the mirror. You ready to stop starting over and start showing up like the beast you are? Let's get to work. Let's talk about why people lose motivation during their weight loss journey. It's not because you're lazy. It's not because you don't want it badly enough. It usually comes down to 4 key reasons. And once you understand them, you can start fixing them. Reason 1. Unrealistic expectations. A lot of people start thinking they'll drop 10 pounds in 2 weeks. Maybe they saw it on social media. Maybe they've done a crash diet in the past and expect the same results. Here's the truth. Sustainable fat loss is about 1 to 2 pounds per week. Anything faster than that is usually water or muscle, not real. Lasting fat loss. When the scale doesn't drop fast enough, frustration kicks in. You start doubting the process. You think you're doing something wrong. And that doubt leads to quitting. But the problem isn't you. It's your expectations. Your body isn't a robot. It responds to stress, sleep, hydration, hormones, a dozen variables. Expecting massive results in a short time sets you up to feel like a failure, even when you're making real progress. That's why you need to shift your focus. Stop obsessing over the outcome. Start focusing on what you can control. Hitting your workouts, hitting your protein target, getting 7 hours of sleep. These habits are repeatable, and they're what lead to results. Reason 2. No visible progress tracking. When you don't track progress, it feels like nothing is happening. No data means no feedback. You could be making huge strides, lifting heavier, losing inches, feeling better, but if the scale isn't moving, your brain thinks you're failing. Progress isn't always obvious day to day. That's why tracking matters. Keep it simple. Weekly progress photos, waist measurements, logging workouts, tracking energy, sleep, and mood. When you see that you lifted more weight this week, when your pants fit better, that's a win. And wins build momentum. Without that, your brain starts asking, why am I even doing this? And that's when people quit. Progress tracking keeps your eyes on the bigger picture. It reminds you that change is happening, even when the scale doesn't cooperate. Reason 3. No clear game plan. A lot of people start by copying whatever they see online. Random workouts, trendy diets, Cut carbs. Then bring them back. Intermittent fasting 1 week. Paleo the next. No structure. No direction. And when there's no plan, everything feels overwhelming. You start second-guessing everything. Am I eating too much? Too little? Do I need more cardio? Am I screwing it all up? That mental fatigue leads to inaction. You feel stuck. And when you're stuck, motivation disappears. The fix is simple. Build a plan that fits your life. It doesn't need to be complicated. It just needs to be clear. Know your goal. Understand your calorie needs. Create a workout schedule that's sustainable. Adjust as you go. When you have direction, you move forward. And when you know what to do next, motivation stays alive. Reason 4. The all or nothing mindset. This is the most common motivation killer I see. You start off perfect. Meal prep on Sunday. Nail your workouts. Drink all the water. Everything's on track. Then life hits. You miss one workout. You eat one off-plan meal. And suddenly, your brain goes, well, I blew it. Might as well start over next week. That mindset is toxic. It turns a single misstep into a total relapse. Progress doesn't require perfection. It requires consistency. One missed workout doesn't erase a week of effort. One slice of pizza doesn't ruin your fat loss. What matters is what you do next. You have to switch from all or nothing to always something. On tough days, a 20-minute walk is better than nothing. A protein shake is better than skipping the meal. Showing up in a small way keeps you in the game. Those small wins maintain your identity. I'm someone who shows up, no matter what, and that identity builds unshakable motivation. Let's wrap it up. People lose motivation because their expectations are unrealistic. They don't track progress. They don't have a clear plan. They fall into the all or nothing trap. The good news? Every one of those is fixable. You can reset your expectations. You can track real, visible progress. You can follow a plan that makes sense for your lifestyle. And you can stop chasing perfection and start showing up consistently. That's how you stay in the game. That's how you win. Let's talk about the science behind motivation. Because here's the thing most people don't realize. Motivation isn't something you wait for. It's something you can create. And you can rebuild it every single day. Let's start with dopamine. Dopamine is your brain's reward chemical. Most people think it only kicks in when you accomplish something big. But what actually triggers dopamine is progress, movement toward a goal. Even small steps count. So here's the strategy. You need to break your big goal into daily, winnable targets. That means instead of saying, I want to lose 10 pounds, you say, today, I'm going to hit my protein target and go for a 30-minute walk. You do that? That's a win. Your brain releases dopamine. And dopamine makes you want to come back and do it again. You're not chasing perfection. You're chasing progress, measurable, visible progress. Stack enough small wins, and your brain builds a reward loop. The more you act, the more you feel good about the action. And that's where momentum comes from. But if you only set massive, vague goals, like, I need to lose 20 pounds, and you don't break it down, you're starving your brain of the small wins that keep motivation alive. Next up, habits. People love to say they've lost motivation. But the real problem is that they're relying on willpower. And willpower? It's limited. It runs out, especially when you're tired, stressed, or overwhelmed. You can't depend on motivation to be there for you every day. Some days, it won't be. That's where habits take over. Habits are autopilot behavior. You do them whether you feel like it or not. You don't think about brushing your teeth, right? You just do it. That's what training should become. That's what meal prep should become. That's what daily walks, hydration, and sleep routines should become. The more you repeat an action in the same context, the faster it turns into a habit. And once it's a habit, it requires zero motivation. That's the real goal, not to feel hyped all the time, but to build systems and routines that carry you when motivation fades. Discipline gets built through reps. Not just reps in the gym, but reps in life. Reps of showing up. Reps of sticking to your plan. Reps of getting back on track after a bad day. Over time, those reps become who you are. Let's talk about the third piece, your environment. Most people completely ignore this. But your environment makes a massive difference in your ability to take action. Let me give you an example. Let's say you tell yourself, I'll work out after work. But when you get home, the couch is there, the snacks are there. Your workout clothes? Buried in a drawer. Your dumbbells? Somewhere in the garage under a pile of boxes. You've just created an environment where action is harder. You've created friction. And when there's friction, your brain is more likely to say, not today. Now imagine this instead. You get home, and your gym clothes are already laid out. Your shoes are by the door. Your workout playlist is queued up. The resistance bands or dumbbells are right there, in plain sight. You've created an environment where action is easy. You've reduced friction. And that's a game changer. Same thing applies to food. If the first thing you see in your kitchen is a pack of cookies, your brain will default to that. But if the first thing you see is a bowl of fruit or a prepped meal, you're more likely to stay on track. You don't have to rely on discipline alone. You can design your environment to support the actions you want to take. Set your surroundings up for success. And your actions become easier, faster, more consistent. Let's recap this section. Your brain is wired for progress. Set daily mini goals. Trigger dopamine. Feed the reward loop. Don't wait for motivation. Build habits. Habits don't ask how you feel. They just run. Change your environment to reduce friction. Make the right choice the easy choice. If you apply just these three principles, dopamine-driven progress, habit formation, and environmental design, you won't need to chase motivation anymore. You'll create it. And that's how you keep showing up, even on the hard days. Now let's talk about how to keep motivation alive, long after that day one energy fades. Because starting is easy. Staying in the game? That's where most people fall off. This strategy comes from Eva Carter's method. And it's simple, practical, and brutally effective when done right. Let's break it down. Step 1. Break down your goals. Saying, I want to lose 20 pounds, sounds good. But it's too vague, too far away, and too overwhelming. Instead, shift your focus to small, concrete actions that you can do this week or even today. Don't chase the end goal, chase the step that moves you closer. Examples. Drink 2 liters of water every day this week. Train 3 times this week. No excuses. Eat 25 grams of fiber per day. When goals are this specific, they become measurable. When they're measurable, you get clarity. And clarity keeps you locked in. Step 2. Focus on feelings, not just the scale. Too many people obsess over numbers. But real transformation isn't just about what the scale says. Ask yourself, do I feel stronger during workouts? Am I sleeping better? Do I have more energy during the day? Is my mood more stable? These internal signals are just as valid, if not more, than external data. The scale might stall. But if you're lifting heavier, recovering faster, and thinking clearer, you're still moving forward. Don't let a piece of plastic on the floor dictate your worth. Start tracking the wins you can feel, not just the ones you can weigh. Step 3. Track everything. If you're not tracking, you're guessing. And guessing doesn't lead to progress. Tracking gives you real feedback. It shows you what's working and what's not. And no, this doesn't mean you need to live in a spreadsheet. You can use a simple notebook or an app on your phone. Here's what to track: what you eat, when you train, how you feel before and after workouts, how you sleep, your energy levels throughout the day. This isn't about being obsessive. It's about building awareness. When you're aware, you can adjust. When you can adjust, you can improve. And when you improve, motivation sticks around. Step 4. Find an accountability partner or community. Don't try to do this alone. Willpower is limited. Support is a multiplier. This could be a friend who trains with you, a coach who checks in weekly, a group chat with people on the same path, an online community that lifts you up instead of tearing you down. When someone else is watching, or better yet, walking the same path, you're less likely to quit. On days when you don't feel like showing up, someone else's momentum can pull you forward. And when they hit a wall, you help them climb it. That shared commitment builds consistency. Progress thrives in community. Step 5. Reward yourself, but not with food. If the only reward you give yourself is a cheat meal, you're reinforcing the wrong behavior cycle. Progress deserves to be celebrated. But celebrated in ways that reinforce the identity you're building. Examples: book a massage, buy new gym clothes, take a full rest day without guilt, plan a weekend hike or a trip. Give yourself time to relax completely. Rewarding yourself keeps things fun. And fun keeps motivation alive. You don't need to grind 24/7 to get results. But you do need to feel good about the work you're putting in. Celebrate the reps. Celebrate the effort. Celebrate the version of you who didn't give up when it got hard. Let's recap Eva Carter's motivation maintenance strategy. Break big goals into small, weekly actions. Track how you feel, not just what you weigh. Log your progress in training, food, and recovery. Surround yourself with support. Reward yourself for showing up, not for being perfect. This is how you build a lifestyle. This is how you stay in the game when the novelty wears off. And this is how motivation becomes something you sustain, not something you keep losing and chasing again. Stop waiting for motivation to find you. Start using these tools to generate it, on demand. That's how results get real. And that's how they last. Now let's talk about what to do when you want to quit. Because that moment will come. Not if, when. And what you do in that moment determines everything. Most people hit a wall and spiral. One missed workout turns into a week off. One bad meal turns into, I'll start over next Monday. But quitting isn't the answer. Resetting is. Step 1. Pause. Feel it. Don't react. You don't need to pretend everything's fine. You're human. You're allowed to feel frustrated. But don't react on autopilot. Don't bury it. Don't binge. Don't shut down. Just pause. Call it what it is. I'm feeling overwhelmed. I'm tired. I'm discouraged. Naming the emotion gives you power over it. Reacting blindly gives the emotion power over you. Take a breath. Give yourself space to choose your next move. Step 2. Remember your why. Why did you start this journey? Was it to feel better in your own skin? To keep up with your kids? To break a pattern that's been holding you back for years? Whatever your reasons are, write them down. Top 3. Keep it simple. Keep it raw. Stick them on your bathroom mirror. Keep them in your wallet. Put them in your phone. When motivation fades, your why is what pulls you through. When things get hard, you go back to that list and ask, does quitting take me closer to this, or further away? 9 times out of 10, That clarity will pull you back on track. Step 3. One bad day doesn't ruin everything. Let's make this real. Eva once shared a story: long day. Zero energy. Full on pizza night. Not a slice. A whole pizza. No tracking. No workouts. No guilt. And here's the key. She didn't let that moment define her week. She didn't punish herself. She didn't start over the following Monday. She reset the next day. Got back to her plan. Hit her protein. Trained as usual. And guess what? Nothing was ruined. Because progress isn't about perfection. It's about what you do after the mess up. Too many people think a bad day erases all their effort. It doesn't. What erases progress is giving up because of a bad day. If you had one flat tire, you wouldn't slash the other 3. So don't throw away your whole week because of one off moment. Here's your takeaway. Don't let emotions dictate your actions. Pause, breathe, and feel the moment. Come back to your reasons. Your why keeps your purpose alive. Let go of the guilt. One rough day doesn't break the plan, it's part of it. Reset. Don't relapse. That's how you stay in the game, day after day, even when things get messy. And if you keep showing up, even at 60% effort, you're still ahead of the version of you who would have quit last time. Listener Q&A. What if I haven't lost any weight in 2 weeks? Alright, let's hit a quick Q&A. Here's a question that comes up all the time. Eva, what do I do if I haven't lost any weight in 2 weeks? This is a good one. And here's the straight-up answer. Plateaus happen. They're normal. They don't mean you're broken. They don't mean your plan isn't working. Let's break it down. First, fat loss isn't always linear. You might lose 2 or 3 pounds one week, then nothing the next. It doesn't mean you're not making progress. It just means your body's adjusting. Second, your body can hold on to water for a lot of reasons: stress, sore muscles, poor sleep, even hormone shifts. So if the scale hasn't moved, look beyond the number. Ask yourself, have my clothes started fitting better? Have I been sleeping more soundly? Are my energy levels up during the day? Am I lifting heavier, feeling stronger in workouts? Because here's the thing, progress shows up in different ways. The scale is one tool. It's not the full story. This is why tracking more than just weight is key. Take measurements. Log your workouts. Take progress photos every week. Track your mood, sleep, digestion. These are all signs that your body is changing. Now, if it's been more than 3 to 4 weeks and you've seen zero movement anywhere, no weight loss, no inches lost, no strength gains, then it's time to troubleshoot. Check your food tracking. Look at your daily steps, your sleep, your consistency. But if it's just been a couple of weeks with no change on the scale, don't panic. Stay consistent. Trust the process. Your body is probably working behind the scenes in ways you can't see yet. The biggest mistake people make during plateaus is changing everything too soon. Give your body time to respond. Then make small adjustments if needed. That's how you break through a stall, without burning yourself out. Alright, let's wrap this up. Here's the quick recap. Staying motivated isn't about hype. It's not about being fired up every single day. It's about having a strategy. That means setting realistic goals. Tracking your progress, not just with the scale, but with energy, strength, and habits. And most importantly, being kind to yourself along the way. You don't need to be perfect to make progress. You just need to stay in motion. Some days it'll be a full workout. Some days it'll be a walk, a protein shake, or just showing up when it's hard. That's how motivation stays alive. Not through pressure, but through consistency. Not through guilt, but through discipline backed by self-respect. So here's what I want you to do next. First, follow this podcast. If you're serious about staying on track, this is where you'll get real tools that work, no fluff. No shortcuts, just straight talk and practical strategies. Second, share this episode with someone who's struggling right now. If there's a friend, coworker, or family member who's stuck in the cycle of stop and start, send this to them. Sometimes hearing that they're not alone is all they need to push forward. Third, follow Eva on Instagram. You'll get daily motivation, quick mindset resets, and behind-the-scenes looks at how she keeps showing up, even when life gets chaotic. You'll want that voice in your corner. And finally, download the free checklist, 7 days to reignite your weight loss motivation. You'll find the link in the episode description. It's short, simple, and built to give you one small win every day for the next week. Because momentum starts with movement. That's it for today. Remember, you don't have to feel motivated to take action. But taking action? That's what builds motivation. See you in the next episode. Keep showing up. Loudspeaker disclaimer. The content shared in this podcast is for informational purposes only and should not be considered medical advice. Always consult with a qualified healthcare professional before making any changes to your diet, exercise routine, or lifestyle. Checkmark.